All right, Jessica Meza from MIT running to victory, and all of our friends out on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Welcome. We are live to social during this window, heading into the FloTrack Night in America at 4 o'clock here at Boston University. So just a sampling of the outstanding indoor track and field coverage that you'll be seeing this winter on the leader in live track and field, as Meza runs 5:02.89, leads a 1-2 finish for the D3 squad from right here in Boston, Massachusetts. Number 10 of 15 on the oval, women's mile. Recently I showed some non-track and field people the layout here at the BU Track and Tennis Center. They were impressed, to say the least, about this world-class, fastest in the world indoor 200, and it just delivers day in, day out, meet in, meet out. We are glad to be here. Live coverage. FloTrack Night in America coming up 4 o'clock, folks. You don't want to miss it. There it is at John Thomas. Terrier Classic now. The first man over 7 feet indoors when he was 17. And we're going to see a teenager this afternoon, tomorrow. Sam Ruth from New Zealand. He's run 3:53.83, and he's younger than that. He's 16. That should be something to see. All right, here we are. Heat number 10, women's mile. Coming down, start finish through 409 meters. And just under 5:20 pace. That was Paige McInerney from Southern New Hampshire in the lead. She's now pushed back to the number 3 spot, as the new leader is Julia Zedanowicz from Marist. Zedanowicz, Dolce, and McInerney. 1, 2, 3. Again, this is Women's Day. Tomorrow the men will take over the program. And then next weekend, or excuse me, 2 weekends from now, for the David Henry Valentine Invitational, named after the great 400-meter hurdler who started here at BU back in the 60s. It will be men on Friday, women on Saturday. And taking the lead on the inside from Tufts, that is Julia Dolce. Three laps remaining of this 8+ lap event. The mile, the American distance, 5,280 feet. You're reminded of it every day out on the interstates. Mile marker. Now these track and field nuts like us, we still say yards occasionally. All right, Dolce in the lead from Tufts. single file, that lead group of 5. It is Tufts, Ryder, then Merrimack by school. Tufts, Marist, Merrimack. And Stonehill, and then Ryder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to go. There was the bell. Julia Dolce from Tufts assumed the lead and is not giving it up, the senior. Her coaches said, you know what, I think you're gonna run a 5:10 today. And she's coming up on the 4:55 mark with not too much to go, final 100 meters. For Julia Dolce from Tufts, who will be victorious by the narrowest of margins over Julia Danowitz from Marist. And the field of 13 in this heat number 11, you saw their names there on the oval, working their way around on this running venue that some describe as a trampoline because of the responsive feedback you get from it. It really just kicks you forward. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's the truly incredible atmosphere when world records and American records and collegiate records and PRs are turned in on this 200-meter bank. I think it's a little bit of both. Ella Winnie from Wellesley in the lead. 5:14 is what the senior has run prior to today. And she has Kara Tashida from Maine right behind her. Just watching some of the athletes come back into the venue after being outside. One of the runners from San Francisco, the Dons. Definitely an adjustment from being out on the streets, getting in that warm-up as you need to do for these races, and we will see the rest of the day. We do not get any shorter than 800 meters the rest of the way out. And I did my little 800 meters running through the airport yesterday in Washington, D.C. And that took it out of me, I'll tell you. All right. But these ladies are on the move, picking up the pace. Winnie in the lead, then Toshida in second, with Mercier from Laval. A little bit of open space back to third. And a new leader is Kara Toshida from Maine, only a freshman, her first year in the collegiate ranks. And she's going to come down towards start finish with 2 laps to go at 3:48. All right, the bell lap as Winnie has regained the lead, but wearing the Pepperdine kit, Ashley Egan, one of the most scenic venues in the U.S. when it comes to college campuses. Pepperdine making a big trip east. And will they get a win out of this? They're going to give it everything they have. Winnie, though. Ella Winnie gets the victory, and Ashley Egan from Pepperdine will finish second in heat number 11. right, I'm sure Willie the Wave, the mascot of Pepperdine, is happy watching these last two races. A couple Wave runners finishing in the top two as they chased home Quinnipiac's Avery Palmucci. That was Grace Simpson from Pepperdine in the number 2 spot. You go where everybody says to go. Boston University. If you're running half mile, gotta come here. All right, heat number 13 on the track. And our leader right now is Madison Chalfin from St. Thomas Aquinas. Liz Freeman from Connecticut College leading the chase group, milers in the 520 category. The last Friday in February is Ladies' Day at Boston University. all women's competition in this year's John Thomas Terrier Classic. We see the third from the end as far as women's heats of the mile run. We have the elite window. We're going to see 2 more sections of the mile. The top competitors entered here this weekend at Boston University. The men will compete all day tomorrow. So check out the schedule on FloTrack, and that big window tomorrow where the big races are occurring also starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. The bell, 4:36, last lap. Our new leader from MIT, Sarah Hopp. Sarah is going to bring this one home in a big-time PR. If her seed time of 4:23.92 is her lifetime best, look at that, folks. She is under 4:16. What a run. For the young lady from not too far away. She is happy. 5:15.42, a great run for Sarah. The other numbers in section number 13. We got all of this started, all of these open sections of the mile, with Mary Ogwoka and her 4:38.01 run for the University of Tennessee Vol as the freshman. And in the hot heat coming up, paced by Sophia Goriaron, who ran one of the fastest NCAA 1,000 meters ever and setting an Ivy League record. Yeah, we're going to see athletes running in the low 420s. Can we maybe get close to that facility record, 4:17.01, Heather McLean from a year ago? We just might. All right, Willie the Wave once again is dialed into this one as one of the Pepperdine athletes out on the oval leading this race. That is Renee Skira, a junior at Pepperdine. She is really stepping out on this group. 76 seconds for the first 409 meters. +20 meter lead for Renee Skira from Pepperdine. And Callie Mark from Ryder leading the chase group again right now in a different zip code on the track. Isabella O'Donnell from Lemoyne in the number 3 spot. Now make that second place. And she's decided, you know what, I need to start closing that gap. You see the gap between first and second, and now that's Meryl Sullivan from Holy Cross, still 20+ meters behind our leader, Renee Skira from Pepperdine. Five down, 3 to go. They are moving a little closer. That is Meryl Sullivan from Holy Cross, cutting in the lead, owned by this young lady, Renee Skira from Pepperdine. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sullivan has really picked up the turnover. Here she comes. She takes the lead at start-finish, just under 4 minutes. Meryl Sullivan from Holy Cross. Sullivan came in with a seam time of 5:27.74. Folks, she only has 4:37 on the clock. She's really going to do major damage to that lifetime best. Her teammate cheering her on inside turn 1, Meryl Sullivan from Holy Cross. Just crossed 5 minutes, Meryl Sullivan. And the next to last section for the women's mile open division in the low 5 teens. Despite the pain of the effort, I think she is definitely smiling. But big, there she is. Big lifetime best for Meryl Sullivan from Holy Cross. Final open race before our elite window, again scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. All of those joining us on social media, hey, thanks for coming along on X, Facebook, and YouTube. This is the John Thomas Terrier Classic on Phil Grove Old School Track on X, and again add an XC on Instagram. And we're rocking and rolling. Section number 15, women's mile. Tomorrow with the men, I think we have 300 registered milers. So you gotta like the mile, I'm telling you. All right, folks. Final one, and again, the FloTrack Night in America, presented by Saucony. Starts at 4 o'clock. You want to be there. 3 heats of the 800, 2 of the mile, and 1 heat each of the 3,000, 5,000 meter. Some of the top collegiate and professional runners in the U.S. My good buddy John Davern from the FloTrack content team, former boss at PA Mile Split, talked about some of these athletes doubling up here and then at the Millrose Games on Sunday. in the Big Apple. So a very busy weekend in track and field. And you are right here at home, the home of Track and Field Live, FloTrack. 118, 119, 2 down, 6 to go. Thousand meters left in this race. And our leader is Rayana Sayed from Wagner. And Kaylin Barker. Check that, Sayed from Wagner, Barker from Ryder. My bad, and we got a couple East Stroudsburg runners. Gabriela Orama and Sydney Hutt. They're in 3rd and 4th. All levels of the NCAA ranks, mixing it up, Division 1, 2, and 3, NAIA schools, junior college programs, and then you throw in some high schoolers and the pros. It's a great day for track and field. Day 1, John Thomas Terrier Classic live on FloTrack. The new leader, Kaylin Barker from Ryder, with 2 laps remaining at 4:08. Jordan Printer wearing the orange and blue of the Coast Guard Academy, sliding up in the number 2 position. And now another of our friends from Canada coming down, Ariane Brassolet. Final lap, final turn for our leader, and our final women's open mile of this year's John Thomas Terrier Classic. And the winner in under 5:30. Happy to be here at Boston University, coming down from Canada. Getting congratulatory hugs. And there are the final numbers. In section 15. Sure, a bug for the camera. Good idea. All right, there are the overall numbers. Mary Aguaca from Tennessee, 4:38.01, wins by 100th of a second with that lean that you saw earlier. Just was picture perfect for a sprinter, let alone a miler. All right, we'll step aside for a handful of moments. We're going to be back 4 o'clock. FloTrack Night in America, presented by Soccer Nation, live on FloTrack.
The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
Boston University, the fastest indoor track in America, where BU's famous wooden high banks turn the fastest into record breakers. This winter, the home of PRs and the sport's biggest proving grounds are on FloTrack. This is the John Thomas Terrier Classic live now on FloTrack Night in America.
It's time for FloTrack Night in America, presented by Saucony, live at Boston University's Track and Tennis Center. It is the John Thomas Terrier Classic. Folks, we've been building up to this all day long, and finally the 4 o'clock hour has arrived. The invitational sections of the women's 800, the women's mile, the women's 3K, the women's 5K, some of the top collegiate runners in the U.S. and Canada, and some of the top professionals here at Boston University on the world's fastest indoor 200-meter oval. It is going to be a great hour plus to be here. Glad to have you with us for the ride. And tomorrow the men are going to do the same thing, so you don't want to step too far away from your laptop, smartphone, or big screen TV. Play it big, play it loud. This is going to be a wonderful hour plus. FloTrack Night in America, presented by Saucony here at Boston University. John Davern from the Flow Content team is here from Austin. John, I know, has been doing the build-up to this event. We're talking about possible American record run in the women's 800 meters and other big-time performances. John, what do you got coming this weekend here at Boston University?
Man, it's going to be a really exciting weekend here at BU. We also have the Millrose Games in New York City this weekend, so all eyes will be on track. Today, the 800 is stacked. We've got Roisin Willis, Allie Wilson, a number of other individuals that could easily challenge that American record. Really looking forward to seeing what they can do here shortly.
All right, John, thanks a lot. It is going to be an impeccable 4 laps of this 800, and the 800 is the event that I live and die for. And again, it is really a 400 dash and then a 400. Just stay with it. Stay within yourself. Keep the form. You see the schedule. The women's 800, 3 heats, 2 heats of the women's mile. And we will have pace setters in each of these. So these races are set up for high-level performances, maybe new collegiate leaders, possibly, as John and I mentioned, a new American record, challenging Ajay Wilson's indoor 800-meter best from a number of years ago. This is Boston University's Track and Tennis Center. It doesn't get any better than this as we get lined up for the women's 800 to start. He mentioned a couple of the major players in this women's 800. He number 1 to get us started. Roisin Willis, again, ran for Stanford, was a star there, NCAA champion, along with her teammate Juliette Whitaker, who is here today, still running for the Cardinal. They both have run extremely well earlier this year. And Nia Akins, now running for Hoka. Ellie Baker from New Balance. Bernice Clayat-Murley, a Division II standout from France, ran for Indianapolis. It is going to be a great one. Isabelle Boffey, currently in the top 10 in the world. She has run 159. She is from Great Britain. I mean, there are no slouches in these hot heats of the middle distance runs, as you would expect here at Boston University. Our starter, Tom Stewart, headed toward his position. We are ready to go. So they are introducing the lineup again. Willis, currently ranked 27th in the world rankings in the 800 meters. Akins, 28th. She was the NACAC champ in 2025, 6th in the 2023 Worlds. Whitaker from Stanford, Juliette. So it looks like we may have a couple scratches. Only have 7 on the oval. So updates, you see Gladys Chepnatich from Clemson. And it looks like Whitaker Aikens non-starters in this one. So Willis going it alone to represent Stanford, now running professionally, of course, as our pace setter Kyla Palmer from Boston College well out in front, as Isabel Boffey slides in the number 3 spot behind Roisin Willis. 26.9 for Palmer. A very hot opening 200 meters. Everybody's sort of settling in. No reason to panic, but they know they do have that individual out in front setting the tempo. Hopefully we come through the 400 meter mark closer to 57, 58 seconds. Let's see what Willis has. 57 on the button. So Willis, then Chepnatich, and then Boffey. The crowd starting to get into this. Ellie Baker, then Clayette Merle, again the former D2 standout at Indianapolis. You see her moving out into lane 2, trying to move up, get a little closer to Willis. Roisin Willis, former NCAA champion, running for Stanford. They're coming to the bell. The crowd is into it, folks. 127 and change. Roisin Willis. Izzy Boffey from Great Britain right behind her. They're teammates in uniform colors, but here comes Boffey. Moving by, Isabel Boffey from Great Britain. Will Willis have a response in the final 100? Izzy Boffey from Great Britain. Willis goes wide, not going to be able to close the gap. 157 point. What a run for Isabel Boffey, and she is just overcome. Oh my, what a performance. 157.43. Isabel Boffey cannot believe it. Wow, records all over the place. Isabel Boffey, Roisin Willis with a new American record. So what a performance. We're going to throw this down to my good buddy John Davern, who has corralled one of the top 2 performers in an electric 800 meters. John.
Phil, I'm down here with Roisin Willis, our new American record holder, 157.97 over 800 meters. Roisin, tell me about that.
I'm so excited. I feel like we knew it was there, but I was like, can I get it on a random Friday at BU? But BU's meant for that, so super happy.
And just a monster performance there. I mean, you came through 456.95, held on to close it down. You know, talk to me about that last 400 and all the strength it took.
Yeah, a little quick. Didn't have much time to prepare for this indoor, so when Izzy took it, I think that really helped us get under that 158, so super proud of her.
And you're coming off of a win at the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix in your pro debut. Follow it up with this, and then you're running Milrose, right?
Yeah. Milrose is going to be my last indoor race. I just don't have enough in me for a whole indoors after everything last year, so I was like, I can go a little bit faster, so that's why I hopped in today, so super happy.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Roisin. Back to you, Phil.
Thanks, John and Roisin. What an amazing run. The old record, 158.29. We see the finish with Boffey from Great Britain. Also under 158. Again, the old record, Ajay Wilson's 158.29. Run at the Armory back on February 8th in 2020. The Americans are now under 158 in the women's 800 indoors. What a run. As we get underway for section number 2. Again, some incredible athletes in this race. As we take a look at that great British record, as Boffey just missed that. Keely Hodgkinson, 157.18. So she is now number 2 all-time for Great Britain at this event. Wow, what a 1-2 punch in that opening heat of the women's 800 meters. All right, on the track, heat number 2, and again, a little bit of distance as we saw in the opening race between our pace setter and the finishers in this one, and that is Anna Becker from Boston College. But just like her teammate Kyla Palmer did a really good job setting the tempo, brought the field in right about 57 seconds. We see what this group will do, and that is Sarah Jane Underwood from Central Park Tracksmith, 59 and change, obviously a couple seconds slower than that first heat, but still a very competitive group. As I see Olivia Howell from Adidas moving up on the outside. She is a former national champion in the mile from Illinois, who then finished up her collegiate career in Texas, now running professionally for Adidas. As Underwood in the lead, then Haywood from Tennessee in the number 2 spot, and moving wide, that is Emma Sullivan from Kennesaw State. A big group still together. This is going to be an incredible finish in contact, as Howell had to do some windmilling with her arms to maintain her balance. Indoor track, again, folks, is a contact sport. Maeve O'Neill going wide, taking the lead, going into the turn. O'Neill from Providence, a 2:03 half miler. I see 1:55 on the clock. O'Neill headed for home. She is going to be under 2:02. Maeve O'Neill, what a run. Made a huge move going all the way out wide in the lane 2, 2:01.96. So Maeve O'Neill, the winner of heat number 2. Again, this is the second of 3 hot heats of the women's 800 meters. Another look at that big move. O'Neill from Providence blew past the field on the outside, as Tessa Buswell from BYU moved up into the number 2 spot. Underwood at 2:03.72. Howell also under 2:04. A very deep women's 800, bringing the crowd alive here at BU. Heat number 3, folks, there they are on the oval. And opportunity for me to give a shout out to Ryan Comstock, a buddy of mine in PA Mile Split. One of his former charges, Olivia Cieslak, is out on the oval. Olivia, in her freshman year at Stanford, has already done some great things for the Cardinal. All right, folks, 4 hot laps here at Boston University. And we are rocking and rolling, as it looked like Cieslak got a good start on the inside alley. And Caroline Collins will be the pace setter. She runs for BU. She is on the outside here, as they will come together. 61 seconds and 400, the prescribed pace if everything goes according to schedule. 29 and change, not bad for the opening 200. Cieslak in the number 2 spot. And then in third, that is Kylie Olson from BYU. Collins starting to stretch things out just a little bit. About 10 meters. Back to Cieslak. Then Olson from Brigham Young. And then Avery Pearson from Colorado. They go through in 60-point. Very good, right on schedule. And that is Avery Pearson from Colorado. We are single file, folks, as they're working their way through, except for that is Iris Bergman from Boston College. She was at the tail end of this field. She's trying to move her way up. Pearson from Colorado. Olson from BYU. Cieslak from Stanford. 1, 2, 3. Coming to the bell at 1:32. Cieslak moves into the number 2 spot. Saw her many times starring for Haverford Township in Eastern PA as a high schooler. Now she's in the collegiate ranks where things get so much tougher. That's Battle Road, Amy Piccolo. Sliding up into the number 2 spot. Can she catch Pearson? Here she comes. Piccolo from Battle Road trying to run down Avery Pearson. Not going to be able to do it. Pearson goes 2:04 for the win. All right, heat number 3, John has Avery Pearson.
Bill, I'm down here with Avery Pearson, just stepped off the track, 2:03 mid. Avery, that was a really strong race there. Talk to me about today's race.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, started on the inside lane, so it definitely was boxed in, so I had to just stay calm and work through the first 2 laps, and then I made my move for good to go.
A long way from home. How important is it to come here to BU, get a fast time?
It's so important. Like, we got to take advantage of every race we can get, and it really helps us stay focused and just see what this race can help us work towards the rest of the season, just build momentum.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Avery. Back to you, Phil.
All right, John, thanks a lot. Avery Pearson, the winner of heat number 3. Another look at the closing meters. Avery Pearson holds off Amy Piccolo, and she's got a couple free minutes here. We will push things aside. There are the final results of section number 3, 2:04.15. That's the 3rd section, ladies and gentlemen. Fast to slow and the hot heats at FloTrack Night in America. Coming back, it's the women's 1 mile at Boston University. All right, we are back at Boston University getting set for our next big race in the FloTrack Night in America presented by Saucony. The mile run, 5,280 feet. So many records and PRs have been set here at Boston University at the Track and Tennis Center. In this event, former men's world record was set here at 3:47. And in this one, we're going to have a young lady who is very familiar with this 200-meter banked oval, Sophia Goriaron, who ran a new Ivy League record in the 1,000 meters earlier. She's going to be our pace setter in this one. And a talented field again, the facility record 4:17.01 by Heather McLean set a year ago, and a number of 4:20 or lower performers in this field. Helen Schlachtenhofen, former standout at Dartmouth a number of years ago, 4:19.94 next to her name. It's going to be extremely important, I think, of how Goriaron takes this field out. I am certain she is going to be dialed into the prescribed pace in this one, and we're underway. Sophia's on the inside of that outside alley. As a big group on the inside, they will come together after a full 2 turns on this oval, and we'll sort of sort things out there. A number of athletes from outside the U.S., whether they cut their teeth here in the States as collegiate runners or not, as Goriron leads the pack through. They're 4 wide, folks. This is really going to be a little bit of contact there, as we saw Anika Rice from Under Armour Dark Sky Distance sort of get knocked off balance. Check that. That was actually Schlachtenhofen wearing number 12, and Rice is next to her on the rail. So Goriron setting the pace, 8+ laps, 8 laps, 9 meters. We'll check their 400 split. 65 and change. I think she's going to pick it up just a little bit. We have Sarah Calvert from Great Britain in the number 3 spot. Actually second wearing hip number 3. I'm going to get this one right. Angelina Ellis from Under Armour Dark Sky Distance in 3rd currently. Again, Goriron, our leader, is going to step off the track after her pacing duties are over. The field starting to head toward that single file look to it. Calvert, then Rice, then Ellis, and then Schlachtenhofen along the rail, back in the all black kits. Down the back straight. Next time by will be midway, 800+ meters, as we'll see if Goriron exits there or takes the field through 1,000. She's got about 5 meters on the rest of the pack. She goes through in 2:14, so 4:28 she does step off. Leaves her up to Anika Rice from Under Armour Dark Sky Elite, with Angelina Ellis, her teammate, right behind her. And then Lindsey Butler running unattached in the 3rd spot. And again, a lot of just minor contact. We saw Schlachtenhofen have to sort of check her stride, as Amina Matug, formerly of Duke, and then ran for Washington. From the Netherlands, she is now the number 3 runner, as Rice, then Butler, and Matug. Matug ran 4:26 here last year, so she is very familiar with how quick this track can be. Anika Rice from Under Armour Dark Sky Distance. 2 laps remaining, 3:21. They're on 4:28 pace and starting to pick up the tempo, pulling away from the rest of this field. It is Rice and Butler. Lindsey Butler trying to maintain contact. Rice looks just a notch fresher than Butler at this point in time. Smoothly pulling away, coming up on the bell at 3:53. Anika Rice. Looking back through the field, I see Sadie Sargent back there along with Mina Scatchard, but it is Anika Rice. All alone, she is just pulled away from the field after the pace setters step to the infield, and she is going to be well under 4:30, whether you go 4:30 or 4:40. She is a sub-4 miler on the ladies' side today. A great run, Anika Rice. Her official time, 4:24. Anika Rice, what a run. 4:24.38 for our winner, Anika Rice from Under Armour Dark Sky Distance. Congratulating her teammate Angelina Ellis. And they're the final numbers. Taryn Parks, former standout from Pennsylvania High School, ranks North Carolina, now running for Adidas, 4:26.99.